What's up, guys? Welcome back to BBB, short for Big Blue Button. I'm your host, Rian Tan.
And I'm your co-host, Mikhail Tan.
Today, we are going to dive into the topic of bullying and abuse with four very special guests.
Hi, I'm Sam Allen Dogan.
Hi, I'm Gabriela. Thank you for bringing me here.
Hi, I'm Regina.
Hi, I'm Aisha Lim.
Now, I believe the guests we've collabed with today don't actually know very much about this topic. Have you guys seen anything about this? Like news outlets, anything?
Well, I've seen some, but I've never really dived into it or
Me
anything.
also. Like I've seen
I
some
really,
here and there.
I didn't really hear about any news.
No, not really. Never seen some.
Alright.
Okay, so I actually have a story to tell you guys. So there's this Atenean kid who bullied this other kid using taekwondo. So what happened was in the bathroom, the bully was challenging the victim a choice of bugbog o mawala ng dignidad. And the student didn't say anything, so the bully proceeded to attack the victim. And since the whole thing was being recorded, later in the video, it shows that the victim's nose started bleeding. Then on December 23, Villarin, the president of Ateneo that time, stated that the bully is no longer allowed to come back to Ateneo. So, any thoughts?
I think the taekwondo kid shouldn't use his talents to bully somebody else. What do you guys think?
I think he's like taking advantage of his skill to bully the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say it's like taking advantage. And also, that was like kind of random to just go in the bathroom and do that, you know?
Yeah. And it's also like such a cruel reality, especially knowing that Ateneo is such a big school and something like this is happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But there's one other case that was actually very like prominent. It's like you see it everywhere, and it was about this famous TikTok influencer called Aman Atienza. She's the daughter of Felicia and Kim Atienza. Kim Atienza is actually quite famous. He's the guy that like he always has his hat. He kind of looks like a farmer, and he's always at the Mang Inasal ads. So it's like Mang Inasal. No, no, she makes lighthearted humor and commentary about social issues, but and she's actually like gotten into controversy. But before we get into that controversy, I want to talk about her history behind it. So when she was like really young, 3 to 4 years old, she had a nanny who mentally and physically abused her. She actually like forced her to like watch sexually explicit content, and she explained to like 3 to 4 year old child what sex is. She called her like stupid usually, and she called her dumb. She just made her feel like she wasn't enough. And when she just entered high school, um she was actually asked to send nudes, but she accepted out of like peer pressure, and eventually that kept spreading until it kept spreading until the guy made the GC with 50 other guys, and the pictures and videos just like spread everywhere. Everyone thought she was like malandi and weird, and that really hurt her self-esteem, and that made her think she was a really bad person, because she also suffered abuse from her nanny, and because of this, she attempted suicide, and she was clinically depressed, and she started therapy. After that, she was diagnosed with ADHD, and following the event, she was diagnosed with bipolar disorder, PTSD, and paranoia because of this. And yeah, what do you guys think?
I think this is very sad because why would her caregiver do something really so bad to her at a young age? Being exposed to social media is very wrong. What do you guys think about this problem?
I think it's a fair because like she experienced bad things like that when she was like really young, so she doesn't know what's happening.
So yeah, exactly. Because it's a kid, so she wouldn't understand, right? Unless it's like really disturbing for her, you know.
Yeah, and it's like such a sad thing that you should definitely raise awareness of, because like some famous like her, imagine no one would have thought that she went through something like that. And yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah, I agree. But I wish that was the end because sadly, I said already that she got into controversy. But before that, in early 2024 and 2023, she started getting famous and her mental health actually improved because she found a place where she could express her thoughts and people really valued her opinions. And she thought of TikTok as a good place where she could do that. But September of 2024, she did a TikTok trend with her friends where it was like they would guess the bill of the restaurant that they went to. And that really threw off some people because it was like 100K and above, and people were really offended by it because they said that she was being so frivolous and she was like flaunting her wealth at everyone when the Philippines is so clearly suffering, and that she should return it to the Philippines. But of course she responded with this backlash saying that it was just a joke and that they didn't actually pay that amount of money because it was her friend's birthday and her friend's agency was treating her and her friends. She said that she was getting way too much heat over something so small like this, and that if she would apply that logic every other place, then BTS and Taylor Swift should also be getting this heat and they should also be getting backlash and should redistribute their wealth. And because the backlash eventually got so bad, then October 22, 2025, she was found dead. She committed suicide and hung herself to death. What are you guys' thoughts?
This is very, very bad. It can see how crucial being on social media is. How about you
Yeah.
guys?
This also like says how bold people leave their statements online, knowing that they probably won't get caught or like have any punishment.
Like it shows like the internet is like a really dangerous place because who knows what people are gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, as of like right now, everybody knows it's like a dangerous place. Exactly, just like what happened to her. It was just like people online lashing out
Yeah.
on her for just like just making a tiny joke. Like it wasn't that big of a deal, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But to fully like close it off, with your newfound info, how do you think bullying can affect people now?
Actually, I can say something about this. Abuse can affect people in a lot of different ways and it's different from everyone. It can impact how someone feels, thinks, and acts.
Yes, I agree. Then how do you guys think you can help or cope in this when you see a situation like this?
We can help mentally ill people by hearing them out, because hearing and listening to their problems is more effective than giving them advice. But if the mentally ill person is getting worse, we should help them seek professional help, because professionals are trained to help people for them.
Mm,
So yeah, like what Aisha said, you really have to like hear them out instead of giving advice or before giving advice, because
yeah.
you'll never know
Yeah, I
what are you
agree.
even gonna like tell the person. And yes, if they are like too a bit insane in the head that they can't take it anymore, you do have to send them. Like don't be scared. Just reach them out because you know that they're hurting.
Yeah, I agree with that. And that's the moral of why basically started this. It was just to tell people that you should never ever commit suicide and that you should always seek help. And that's it.
Yep.
Thank you
Thank
guys
you for
so
listening.
much. Yeah, thank you for listening. Make sure to comment down below if you want any more of this content and to like and subscribe.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye.